Disc to Selvi, moving the disc to the center. Piercing pass into the end zone from Harsha finds Rocket for the score. 2-all.
Looks like the stream was off for a little bit. The game just begun a few minutes ago. Both sides have had clean holds at the moment, right? There have been no Ds, no changes in possession so far. So welcome to everybody once again on behalf of UPAI to the stream of the finals of the National Championship Series, the grand finale. We're now in Anandpur. It's a hot day and the finals just started 10 minutes ago. Both teams, their offensive lines holding their stead, scoring the points. Airbenders started on 0, and both teams have now scored a point each. Apologies in case there was some issue. Some of you missed the few points. Hopefully we can get it back for you on a re-upload. Just sharing some highlights on the very first point of the game. There was a layout D attempt by Vimal. A foul was called and it was accepted, so good show of spirit there. But as of now, I think the things are just getting heated up here and you've not missed too much of the action. The pull goes up. Aaron fields the pull, gains a ton of yards to Anna cutting upline. She manages to get it. Her defender not. Oh, there was Riku there. Her defender not able to catch up. And Anna making a fake, getting the disc upline. She's looking for an option to Ajay. Ajay has now centered the disc to Samatwa, who sneaks it into Sushil. There's a wide open Nana in the end zone who goes to the ground and Clap catches it to safety. With that, Airbenders hold 3-2.
Clean hold so far. Right, what about that offense we were talking about, huh? Both teams are quite comfortable with their offensive styles. Minu, a part of Airborne. Do you have any insights into how they differ from Airbenders, maybe?
So these guys actually played each other earlier, yesterday in the cross pool game, 1 versus 3. Now they're playing 1 versus 2. I believe if each play their own style, they can keep up. It's just they need to not get affected by each other's style, which was something that happened, I believe. I mean, one of the reasons Airborne took a beating early on against Airbenders yesterday was they were playing to their pace and their speed and their style. Well, we're getting a little agitated to that, but when they calm down and play their offense, so both have very clean offenses.
Very different.
But each have their own style, and I think it's important that they keep up to their games. And then it's going to be a defense thing. That's really gonna defense wins games here.
Yeah.
So it's going to be all about that.
Defense wins games. Defense wins championships. Everyone. Let's see what kind of defense Airbenders coming with. Snakey runs down a big pull. On defense for Airbenders, Snakey, Talib, Becca, Pixie, Janani, Pooja, and Charmaine. On offense, Harsha, Rocky, Selvi, Anusha, Chennai, Roshni. Airborne still finding passes. Airborne still able to make connections. Call on field on the throw. Looks like a foul call on the mark. What was it? Was that a foul call on the mark?
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, the disc is sent back. Hello, everyone who's tuning in. We have more than 100 viewers right now on the stream and counting. This is Rishi, and with me is Nandan and Mrinalini. We are calling the finals of the National Championship Series. Airborne on offense. Game is back live.
Chennai resets to Shruti. Shruti looks up front. Chennai beats up line. Chennai gets the disc back from Shruti. Disc flows down to Harsha. Chennai looking back. Harsha looks back for the around reset. Chennai to Anusha. Anusha looking up ahead to Shruti. Shruti gets the disc. A loose 4 and 4 at this point. Call on field on Shruti. On Charmaine. Call accepted. Foul call accepted. Shruti looking back for the dump. Shruti dumps it back to Chennai. That's a foul. Plenty of contact. No questions there. Snakey accepts. Play continues. Chennai looking for the break. Chennai breaks to Rocky. Looking up ahead. Rocky with the open side reset to Selvi. Selvi continues flow pass to Harsha. Harsha to Rocky on the break side near the end zone. Rocky searching. Rocky finds Chennai for the reset. Chennai looking up ahead. Trying to find someone in the end zone. Finds Rocky outside the end zone. Low throw to Harsha. Unable to come up with it. Turnover. Pixie slowly walking up to the disc. Airbenders setting up a vert stack with Pixie and Becca at the back. Harsha matched up with Pixie. Roshni matched up with Becca. Selvi poaching off in the lane. Shruti poaching off deep. Rocky on Talib. Talib goes for the big under. Talib, Pixie to Talib. Talib looks up ahead. Talib to Pooja around. Pooja to Snakey around. Snakey looking up ahead. Snakey looking for the reset and finds the reset with Pixie. Pixie looking up ahead. Pixie resets back to Becca around. Becca throws around to Snakey, gains some yards. Snakey looking up ahead. Hammer to Pooja. Finds the wide open Pooja at the near end. Pooja to Charmaine in the end zone, and that's a score. Airbenders break early.
And the first break of the game is here. This Airbenders D-line has managed to get it, has managed to hold on. While the Airbenders offensive line has been near perfect, the defensive line has had its moments during this tournament. They have turned the disc, not been able to convert every chance, but this time they were flawless. They did it. They're cheering together in unison. I think the first move has been made in this game. These two teams have faced off once more before in this tournament. They faced off in a cross-pool game for the first versus third seed, and that game went in the direction of Airbenders 13-10. I don't think the difference says too much because the teams are very neck and neck. On any given day, anybody can take the game. That's the margins here in this game. And I think Airborne will really be looking at how they can get this break back, get the deficit in this half.
Blanking out. I need to upload it.
Airborne is going to look to want to start with a hold here and try and make their way back into this break from this deficit. Not all unfamiliar to Airborne, who's just done it in the previous game in the semi-final. On offense for Airborne, Harsh. On defense for Airbenders, Doc matched up with Harsh, Talib matched up with Vimal, Pooja matched up with Anusha, Akhil matched up with Rocket, Becca matched up with Selvi. We have Janani matched up with Shruti and Nitya matched up with Roshni.
Just as we speak, a wind seems to have picked up, going from left to right in the direction of Airborne's offense. So let's see if that has any impact. I think the players will just have to calibrate a little bit for this, but the play is now back live.
Harsh resets to Vimal. Vimal looking up ahead. Finds Shruti on the open side. There's a forehand force. Shruti looking up ahead. A deep hug to Vimal. Vimal running through. Vimal unable to come down with it. Had his fingers on the disc, but unable to complete the catch. Call on field on the thrower. A foul called. The hindrance of throw.
A reminder to everyone, especially folks, friends, family who are joining in, if you're not too well versed with the rules of Ultimate, it is a self-refereed sport. So we have the rules, players understand what constitute as fouls, how they can be resolved, and they discuss with each other, and then they resolve it. So in this instance, it looks like the foul was contested because the stall count is coming back in at 4 as signaled by the defender Janani. But that was a great look by Shruti there. I think Vimal probably hesitated for a second, but even with that, it seems like it was in his reach. I mean, at this level, if you can touch the disc, you can catch the disc. So I think a very unfortunate drop for Airborne, but they are back on offense now.
Airborne continues to move the disc up ahead. Shruti to Anusha. Anusha looking up ahead, finds Vimal up ahead. Vimal looking up. Inside break to Rocket. Rocket looking for the around break. Lefty throw. Dishy into the end zone. Vimal collects it easily for the score. 3-all to Airbenders, isn't it?
4-3 to Airbenders. Airbenders started on 0 and got a break. Score is 4-3. No?
Fairly certain the score is 3-all.
I will go check.
But seems to be some sort of a scoring issue on ground. Are Airbenders up 4-3 or is the score 3-all? We will find out. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Third point first. Who started on offense?
Apologies. Score is 4-3 to Airbenders. Airbenders up a break at this point.
Score is 4-3, correct, no? Thank you, timer?
Both teams coming out of a timeout. Airborne is going to want to throw something interesting here. Any calls on how Airborne is going to come out with the defense here?
Yeah, I think it's a really tough assignment to try and stop this Airbenders O-line. I think one-on-one they have some excellent chemistry with each other, athleticism. They've been training together for a while. They understand each and every one of their movements. It is something that's very tough to beat. So Airborne still deciding that probably a person mark is better to get that. The Airbenders offense is still in full flow. Anna now with the disc took a bit longer than she would have liked in this otherwise always moving Airbenders O-line, but the disc made it to Ajay. Ajay had a very good upline throw to Samatwa, who gave it to Sushil, who gave it to Riku. She thought about doing a 1-2 there, decided let's not take the risk, looked back for the dump. It's back with Ajay at the center of the disc, and there is some stoppage. I'm looking for hand signs there. It's a pick call. It is a reminder that this sport is also 100% non-contact. So if it happens that a defender has some other player in the way when they're trying to mark, if they're avoiding contact and not able to get there, they can call a pick and the game gets reset. And that's exactly what happened. Under some immense defensive pressure, Ajay gives and goes. He thought about going ahead for it, but Samatwa was already there at the door of the end zone. Samatwa looking for all options, 4-5 fakes. Later, he decides to reset it to Aaron. Aaron now looking for Sushil, who rises up in the air amidst two defenders and brings it down. This Airbenders offensive line has managed to punch it in once again. The score is now 5-3 in this game. We've had one turnover and that has been converted. So Airbenders at this point just one break ahead, while the score is 5-3. Airbenders is one break point ahead. And this half is still anybody's to win.
As tough as it comes, no? Just one break separating teams. Not unfamiliar to making comebacks. Heat may be the slightest bit of a factor. Wind is slightly unpredictable. It's been moving all over the place. We at least had different forces through the last game. Multiple different force changes depending on how the wind was blowing. Right now it's moving from the near sideline towards the left. Yeah, maybe it is swirling around a little bit. Both teams still have those zippy passes. Doesn't really bother them. Pull goes up from Talib. Airborne on offense.
Hello everyone. Airborne's offense, we have Shruti's called for break. Pull landed out of bounds. She called for a break. She's picked it up and walking to the break mark. Rahul Chennai supporting her. There's a side stack that Airborne has formed with Rocky head of stack, Roshni, Harsha, Rocket, and I'm missing somebody. Where's the seventh person? Who is the seventh person?
Great question.
Where is the seventh
Shruti is
person?
the seventh person?
No, there's only three girls. Where's the other girl? Selvi! We couldn't see Selvi. And it's a score, sorry, while we were trying to find the seventh person. Rahul Chennai hucked it deep into Rocket's hands. That was a beautiful catch. Well, Rocket runs it down actually. Landed right in his hands, and that's a score. So it's 5-4 to Airbenders. Airbenders still one break up. Yeah, it's a little tricky with like we said, we've watched the last few games where comebacks have been happening, but knowing Airbenders with their really clean offense, let's see how it goes. Not sure what to expect.
Anyone's game.
Yeah, right.
It's anyone's game still. It's going to be. We'll go to some late in the second half to really know who's going to take it.
It's going to
Go
be
down to the wire.
based on the heat, the exhaustion, the team being able to withstand 100-minute game in this temperature after playing a weekend full of
A
matches.
weekend full of games.
This is their 7th game of the weekend.
Here is a call to just have one game once in a while so we can rest enough and play games very comfortably, preferably under the lights and turf, with some nice drinks on the sideline.
Call to.
I don't know, India ultimate.
I hope the president and vice, the executive board is listening. Five Airbenders.
On offense, Airbenders on offense with Ajay, Aaron and Naina at the back, Becca, Anna, Sushil and Riku spacing out the field up front. They've been playing a 3-2-2 look for a while now. Airborne's come up with a slightly arrow-like look. Rocket is playing short deep. Vimal playing slightly deep. Shruti playing person on Riku at the far end of the field. We have Selvi and Harsh playing wings, with Roshni and Anusha helping out with the marks. Disc is moving around. Airbenders taking their time with it. Aaron with a hammer into the end zone finds Riku, and it's a hold. 6-4 to Airbenders.
Yeah, really brave one there. In fact, just a few seconds ago when A huge shout out to all the sponsors who have made this event possible, ranging from Agile and Enerzal to also our broadcasting partner SportVot, and of course all the members, volunteers of the India Ultimate operations team. I think this has been a new find for us. Ultimate coming all the way to Anantapur town, in Andhra Pradesh, which is about 200 kilometers from Bengaluru. We have 16 teams, some of the top teams which have come from all over the country to compete in the finale of the National Championship Series. The score is now 6-4 to Airbenders. I believe the score may be a bit off, but don't worry, we're working to just fix that. For all of you who just joined in, the score is 6-4, but it is Airbenders that is a break up, and Airborne is now on offense. Vimal with the disc. A travel was called there by Talib. For the viewers who are not too well versed with the rules, a travel is when you move with your pivot foot, or when you're running in a direction, you have 3 steps, a few steps to just stop and not change direction. So that's what Talib was trying to explain to Vimal. It looks like they have resolved it or not. Vimal is explaining that he probably did not change his direction too much. Players having a very good conversation. If you notice, all the other players are stationary, trying to hold their ground, while the players involved just discuss, explain each other's point of view. This is one of the, I think, things that make Ultimate the sport that it is. It's what brings so many of us to play together. It's about fair-mindedness, the spirit of the game, resolving conflicts, taking each other's perspectives. And with that, we are back live. Vimal to Harsha, Harsha with the disc, centers to Chennai. Shruti now with the disc.
Shruti to Vimal up front. Vimal centers it back now, drops it back to Shruti, resets the stall count. Shruti finds Vimal again, resets again. Vimal looking up ahead, travel called on Vimal. Fadhan, I'm going to find fields. I'm going to find fields and I'm going to find drinks. Let's make it happen. Anandpur's been lovely, guys. I don't know if you've been here before. The fields here, 4 fields right next to our accommodation. Food's been good, regular, on time. Little spicy maybe. I'm okay with it. Andhra presence in the food. What are we traveling for if we're not having a flavor of the food? Local delicacies, no? I had a molaga bhaji yesterday. It was outstanding.
Really?
People died a little bit, but I was outstanding.
It's a little bit harsher when you're sunburnt and your lips are all dry and peeling after spending all day in the sun, and then you have to go back and eat spicy food. That's what I do.
Yeah.
The taste is just outstanding, like you said. It's delicious food at Anantapur Sports Village. I think we should continue with the play-by-play.
Game's back on. Chennai resets back to Selvi. Selvi finds an around reset, finds Roshni. Roshni looking up front, looking for a reset now, finds Chennai. Dock on Chennai, tight marks, finds an inside break to Vimal. Vimal continues the flow to Harsha on the sideline. Harsha looking up front, dishy left-hand pass to Shruti. Shruti close to the end zone within 5 yards now. Contact on field, somebody is down. It's a bit of a conversation. I think there was somebody tripped Roshni. She went down. Hopefully she's in. It doesn't look like she's injured. She's fine. She's getting up. Call is being resolved. Positions being reassumed. Shruti looking up ahead. Shruti signaling for a pass. Shruti tries to find Selvi, but no. Too far out. Another break opportunity for Benders.
Yeah, I think the offensive flow was looking really smooth there. We had a lot of swinging from side to side, a lot of inside throws that we saw. I think they made it till here. Very unfortunate for Airborne that they couldn't punch that in. I think the look was there, maybe a slight execution error. But this Airbenders D-line will not mind that. They have crossed over, it seems, a few of their offensive players to this. Pixie now with the disc immediately centers it to Anna, who passes it to Doc, a seasoned veteran of the game, passes it to Becca, back with Talib. Looks like a very free-flowing offense with no set handlers per se. All players are very happy to take all roles and move, and with that we are now in the attacking end zone, and there is a travel call. The disc is brought back to Anna. The players just going back to where they were. If the travel call was made and the disc was not released, this wouldn't have been a stoppage, but here it was, and players just had to come back. Very tight mark by Vimal on Talib. Anna, in the process of faking, I think took some contact from Shruti on the disc. Players discussing whether it was something that merits a foul, whether it was something in the action moment of the game or not. It looks like this Airbenders kind of D-line is looking like they're in a vertical, but there's also a few players spread out in the deep end zone. Anna just explaining to her defender Shruti that there was probably not one disc space between them, which is something that the rules mandate there must be when you are marking an offensive player. Players just signaling that they have had the discussion and they should now make a resolution and move on. The calls giving all the players an opportunity to catch their breath. Anna resets it to Pixie, who looks ahead. Harsha makes a play. He falls for the fake, probably a good one by Pixie, who swings it to Becca, around to Anna, to Pooja. Pooja looked if she could give it back to Anna there in that window, decides against it. Anna tells her to calm down and then just she takes a few steps back, but unfortunately she couldn't. That miscommunication with Talib, I think Talib could have also probably caught it. I mean, he had his hand on it, but I think it was probably not in the direction that he was running in or what he was expecting. So this gives a chance to the Airborne offensive line to come back into this game, but I could not complete my sentence. I could not even complete my sentence. This game is just hanging in this balance. Looking at the fact that, yeah, turnovers are possible by both teams. Also, the wind is on and off. As I speak, it's picking up. Sometimes it dies down. So I don't think viewers should be, too influenced by the score you see right now. This game is as even as it can get.
Bender is going to want to make most of this. Pixie resets it to Anna. Anna to Samatwa. Samatwa looking up ahead. Pixie crashes up line. No, but to Anna. Anna fakes. Anna looking for Talib, but back to Samatwa for the reset. Samatwa finds Becca on the near sideline. Becca to Pixie continuing. Pixie looking to make most of it. Not an option. Finds Anna back for the reset. Anna continues the flow to Samatwa. Samatwa looking up ahead. Samatwa scanning. Anna back. Samatwa to Anna. Resets the stall count. Pixie crashing up line. Anna finds Pixie up line. Pixie squares up looking for the up line. An inside break to Anna. Anna to Samatwa at the edge of the end zone line. Looking ahead. Makes a throw. Call on field. Pick called.
This line very happy to play the end zone, swing all day from side to side. As they get closer to the end zone, they're playing 3 of their handlers back and the rest in the vertical stack. And whoever has something on the defenders, they're looking to make the cut, ideally from the front of stack. And if that's not there, they're happy to just reset it, lose a few yards, because they're eventually going to be able to gain that distance back. A fumble there by Becca, but it does not matter because she was able to catch hold of that, and this defensive line has been able to break again. This is the second break in this half. We have seen that as and when Airbenders starts breaking, it's been very difficult for teams to make a comeback. Ordinarily, I think when teams are this well matched, you can say that, yeah, anything can happen in the game, but it's been very hard to get those breaks back against Airbenders so far. So the score is now at 7-4, while the difference is 3 points. Airbenders did start on offense, in case a few of you viewers tuned in later on. Airbenders did start on offense. So Airborne will now come back on offense. So they have the opportunity to take it to 7-5. Airbenders is now 2 break points up. Players taking a quick 75-second timeout.
Thought this would be a good time to talk about how, of course, these the 2019
The 2019 team.
was Sushil and Becca.
Sushil was there, Becca was there. There
But the
was-
recent AOUGC had, I think,
Anna came along right after that. Anna wasn't there
Anna
for
joined
that one.
later, correct.
Yeah, pretty much that.
And the upcoming, well, the more recent AOUGC had Anna, Aaron, Nana,
Yeah,
Talib, who else? Riku, Samatva,
Samatva, yeah.
all
yeah.
of them, and they came
of
back placing 4th in the Asia Oceanic Championship more recently.
Tough
so,
games, tough
so
games
yeah,
there.
we've been doing pretty well, I'd say, in the Continental Championships. The play is starting now. Airbenders on defense. Pixie with his pull, a rolly pull. Rocket stops it. Rocket and Shruti doing a little 1-2 just to bring it a little bit forward so they get out of their end zone. Rocket to Vimal. Vimal hits it deep looking for Harsh, but that looks like it's just... Oh my goodness, maybe I spoke too soon. Harsh with a layout grab in the end zone. There's a bit of a discussion whether he was inside or not. Any thought? Did you see that?
No, I'm checking the stream for
wow,
what
wow.
my perspective was. It was a beautiful throw.
It was a little sharp, but Harsh, I didn't think he was going to make it, and then he made it. But let's see.
Yeah, I wish we could give out some bonus points for that. No, but I think it was a well-measured throw. I think with the tailwind, the throw just picking up a little more distance than Vimal would have liked on that one. But Harsh keeping his eyes throughout, keeping his running form intact, and launches himself at the very last minute. He thinks that it is in, but the players disagreeing there. It seems that Doc might have called it out as soon as he laid out. So he just got up and said that he thought it was in. They are not able to, yeah, there were no perspectives as such because it was a bit far away from where we are, in fact, and from where the other team members and players were. So the players just deciding to send it back because there was a disagreement. The call was perhaps contested. Meanwhile, at the disc mark with Vimal and Talib, there is some discussion happening. Cheta stepping in to just translate and help the players communicate with each other. So yeah, looks like there were probably 2 calls that happened, in which case it would be resolved in reverse order. So from what I can gather, I mean, I wish we had microphones set up with the players. We don't know what they're talking about, but from what I gather, I think the call between Harsh and Doc was contested. The disc was sent back, and now the call just before that is being resolved. Cheta just stepping in to translate and explain to Vimal, and I think everyone's now on the same page, and the game is ready to go back live. Vimal with the disc, Talib marking him with a force forehand. Looks like most players are playing person matchup, but where they are right now, Shruti is not very closely guarding any player. Seems like she would, yeah, she's I think a few steps away. As soon as the game comes back in, everybody will reset.
Play resumes. Vimal with the disc. Vimal looking up ahead. Gets it to Harsh. Big disc down. Harsh, nice OI into the end zone to Rocket. Rocket and his rocket speed to close down the disc and come down. Score is 7-6. 7-5. Sorry, 7-5 to Benders.
Yup, that's right. It's 7-5 to Airbenders. Airbenders 7, Airborne 5. I think that was some brilliant athleticism on display there by Harsh. Honestly, the disc was just a few steps away from me when it went up, when that throw went up. I thought it's going to hang in the air and he might not be able to make it, but he launches himself into the air. And if he couldn't get the goal on that previous layout attempt, this time he grabs the disc and makes a superbly measured throw. Just hung in there for Rocket to run it down. Score now 7-5. We're just 1 point away from halftime from Airbenders. Of course, we will now go on until either of the teams score 8. Whenever any of the teams now reach 8 points, we will take a halftime. And this is the Airbenders, the classic Airbenders O-line now looking for their opportunity to take this half. Meanwhile, it looks like they're about 150 to 200 viewers who are tuned in. I see a lot of you coming in. Do share your predictions for this game, for this point. Let's see what you're thinking. And with that, the Airbenders O-line has come out. This is their chance to take half. Airborne throwing a person mark. Ajay trying to reset to Aaron all the way end to end. The disc stayed up. I thought Rocket had a chance there, but the disc stayed up so much that Rocket finished his bid, came down, and Aaron was composed to catch that. And he now gets the disc after a few passes, gives it to Sushil. Riku was free there, but I think she did not look, so Sushil chose not to throw that. Instead, he had a streaking Anna running from behind him upline. Nana shouts and asks for the disc, takes it and doesn't hesitate to float it immediately to Samatva. I think Bot he must have thought that he had a play on that for a second, but I think Samatva read that and decided not to attack the disc, not to bid. He felt that the angle was good enough to just wait for it to curve back in, sit down and clap catch. And with that, Airbenders has indeed managed to take this half with a lead of 2 break points. It is 8-5 to Airbenders in the first half of the finals in the National Club Championship. Welcome back to everybody who's watching the stream, about 150 people. In the first half, what we saw was a very dominant display by the Airbenders offensive line. Their D-line managed to get 2 breaks. Airborne had some great movement on a couple of occasions. They were not able to convert very close to their scoring end.
And there's only one crown, and there's only one king, and it's looking like me.
During that
So
last
you
point,
better
big
start
disco.
running.
It's going to be a game to 10. Can
So
this be
you better
completed?
start running.
Oh.
Airborne will look to put a tight D, try and get back a break early in the second half. On offense, Airbenders with Sushil, Naina, Aaron, Riku, Ajay, Anna and Becca. Bala matched up with Aaron. Aaron to Anna, back to Aaron. Aaron finds Naina in the middle of the field, who finds Becca on the floor. Flows down to Sushil. Sushil looks up ahead to Riku, can't find it. Simple dump into the end zone for the score.
And looks like our camera crew was having some fun with the background music that was playing in the previous point. I think a few of you just pointed that out. The montage still playing, but I'd reckon that it was perhaps some really good background music for the Airbenders offensive point, which was on then, which was scored with a cheeky inside throw. So I don't think we should be too unhappy about some music, but anyway, that is now fixed. The score is 9-6, and this half is still anybody's to take. We have not seen any turnovers or breaks. Both the teams managing to hold their own, getting a point each. And it is now Airborne which is going to go on offense. I think if you have any final score predictions, now is a good time. Any later and I'm not going to be able to give you too much of credit for that, but this is a good time. Let me know what you think will happen in the second half. What will be the final game score, who's going to win. Put it on the comments, and while you do that, let's see what Airborne is doing on offense this time around.
Big pull from Benders right into Airborne's end zone, defending end zone. Shruti finds Rocky on the open side. There's a loose 4-and-4s. Unable to find a reset, finds Shruti up front, up line. Becca matched up with Shruti. Shruti back to Selvi. Pooja matched up with Selvi. Shruti gets the disc from Selvi. Call downfield. Disc will go back to Selvi. On offense for... Oh, the disc will probably come to Shruti, yeah. On offense for Airborne, we have Shruti and Selvi at the back. Rocky helping out as a loose head of stack. With Chennai, Roshni, Harsha and Rocket in stack. Shruti scanning for options. Shruti trying to find a reset. Shruti unable to find the reset. Snakey comes down with an interception. And that's another turnover. Airborne with an immediate match defense. No mark on the throw. Becca finds the disc at the edge of the end zone line. And that's a score. Another break for Benders. Benders up 10-6 now.
Yep, they have got their first break of this half. I mean, who wouldn't have loved a tightly fought, contested final? But it looks like even our viewers think that Airbenders is going to get this one. Score predictions range from 15-10 to 15-13. And yeah, I think anything can still happen. But this deficit is now going to start weighing in on Airborne. There are 3 break points down, which means to win this game, they will have to get 4 break points in order to kind of seal it. I don't know what they can do. I think Airborne is really trying to stack their lines. They're going all guns blazing. I think this is something that they need to do, fix what's going wrong on the offensive point, because that's the bare minimum right now. Airborne has to hold every single offensive point that they play and take 4 break points. So that is now the need of the hour for Airborne. A very seasoned team right from the beginning of Ultimate in India and especially in Chennai. They've been one of the top teams. They have won many tournaments and many championships themselves. So it is also refreshing, heartening to see that there are new contenders coming up. Airbenders this time not only challenging for the title, but in fact almost have one hand on the trophy, I would say, Nandan. Don't you think?
Yeah, we're pretty close to it. Just 5 points away. Airborne's going to have to be clean on offense and come up with a few defensive interceptions and turnovers of their own to turn this around. Rocket finds Harsh on the around. Harsh centers it to Bala. Bala looks for options, finds Vimal up front. Pick called. This goes back to Bala. Alongside Bala, handling is Selvi. In the lane, Rocket and Vimal. Vimal, Harsh, Roshni and Shruti in stack. Vimal looking for options, finds Selvi on the around. Selvi continues the around throw to Harsh. Harsh finds Shruti running in. Shruti to Rocket. Rocket comes down with it. Rocket looks for a blady throw into the end zone. Finds Bala open. They pull one back. A hold from Airborne. 10-7. Airborne will have to start finding a way to bring their semi-final magic of putting comfortable teams under pressure. What will they do? Selvi with the pull, and Vimal, Shruti, Harsh, Eva, Roshni and Bala with a zone look, a 3-person zone, what it looks like. Airbenders making good, moving the disc around, finding someone in the center. That was Aaron to Ajay. Ajay back to Sushil. Sushil finds Ajay back in the center. Able to move quite unhindered at this point. Sushil back to Ajay. Ajay to Aaron on the sideline. Aaron with a big fake. Seems like there was a call on the sideline and that was retracted. Sushil swings it around to Anna. Anna finds Ajay, swings it around, travel called. Ajay back to Anna. Anna back to Aaron. Great job swinging it around. Finds Sushil in the near sideline. Sushil looking up ahead for someone in the end zone, unable to find an option. Sushil finds Ajay. Anna near the end zone. Anna to Riku for the score. And 11-7 to Airbenders. 4 points to go. One step closer to the national championship, national mixed club championship trophy. Is that correct? Is that what it's called?
Well, what's in a name is what they say, but it is indeed the finale of the National Championship Series, which was started just a few years ago so that we can have a structured, competitive setup. Teams play through their sections and their regions, and this is where they all come together at the grand finale. All the 200 viewers would really enjoy some comebacks.
Teams line up. Airborne back on offense. Airbenders back with their defensive line. The ones that have been going to work all evening. Becca, Talib, Pixie, Snakey, Charmaine, Janani and Pooja. Snakey with a big run down to catch up with Rocket. Pixie on. Oh, it's a zony look with a poach on one person. Rocket hucks it up, puts it up to Bala in the end zone. Bala comes down with the end zone pretty easily. Bala makes a good cut to create lots of space from his defender. Easy huck into the end zone for a score. Lots of love for Sushil in the comments. You've played with him in the past, haven't you, on the same team? How was that experience?
Yeah, there was another comment a little while ago saying, I wonder what would happen if Sushil actually starts trying one day. I think by Jashan tuning in all the way from the USA, I guess. But yeah, I mean that defines him as a player. It seems like he's always calm. He's not trying too hard. Knowing the man behind, I know that he does take his game very seriously and wants to work hard. And he's just joined this Airbenders club this year, and looks like he's on the brink of some success at the very first season that he's playing with Airbenders. And with that, the offensive line is there yet again for Airbenders. Anna with the disc, happy to make a few reset passes to reset the stall count, and then gets out of there, gives it to Samatwa, passes it to Riku. I think Selvi thought she might have had a play there. The disc just hung for an extra second. Anna clapped, catching it to safety, passes it to Naina, who passes it to Samatwa, does not hesitate, throws an OI put that was pushed down by the wind. The wind just picked up, but in all fairness to Samatwa, I think he thought that he had executed that to perfection. But sometimes when we practice in our cities, the conditions are very different, so it's very tough to have every single conditions practice. But that was the first turnover, isn't it, from the Airbenders O-line, if my memory does not serve me wrong. Airborne immediately comes out attacking with their counter attack. There was a foul on the mark by Ajay. Harsha calls it. Ajay immediately accepts it, having a discussion, just apologizes for it, just sharing his perspective, but the foul has been accepted nevertheless. Is this the beginning of something? While our die-hard Airbenders fans are happy with this lead, as viewers here, all we want is some excitement. I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but it'll be good to see at least one break point, isn't it? Nandan, this is a good opportunity for the Airborne line. The play is now back coming in.
Yeah, can put some major pressure if they can hold this break. Harsha resets it back to Rocket. A lot of pressure on the throws and the cuts, neck and neck. Airbenders breathing down their shirts, sticking right through like white on milk. Is that correct? Is that what they say? We should be going up there. Yeah, it would be a pretty sick view from up there. But we're fine here. Play resumes. Rocket finds Vimal, who is cutting under. Vimal tries to find the resets to Kiran. Kiran looking for under options. Inside break to Roshni for the reset. Roshni looking for options. Roshni unable to find an open option. Shruti open, wide open. Is a reset. Call on field, call accepted. This comes back to Roshni. Shruti still unmarked. Roshni to Shruti, resets the disc. Shruti to Vimal. Vimal looking for options. Lots of cuts coming through, but Shruti is upline rewarded with the pass. Shruti looking up front. Shruti resets it back to Vimal. Vimal looking up front for the under to Kiran. Kiran resets it around, back to Vimal. Airborne being patient with it, valuing the disc. Around to Rocket now on the far sideline. Rocket back to Vimal to reset. Making good movement of the disc. Kiran to Harsha on the sideline. Harsha looking for Rocket in the end zone. Rocket runs it down. Unable to come down with it. A little too far. Ooh, how costly is that going to be?
Yeah, it's not too often that the Airbenders O-line gives you a chance to break them. I can't really point my finger at what exactly was wrong at that. It looks like the cut was there, the separation was there, the throw was good. Perhaps a little bit of a better read. Maybe Rocket himself would have thought he had it any other day. The disc just curved away from him a little too much. Of course, Harsha gave it a steep outside in angle so that by the time Rocket catches it, it veers slightly away from his defender. That was the thought process behind that throw, but just not able to convert it. The sideline of Airborne really pumping their team up, trying to get them to hustle, get this D back again. And Nena with the disc centers to Anna, swings it to Aaron. Nena streaks back in the middle, gets the disc, resets to Anna, who now passes it to Ajay. That was an insane take. I was just a few steps away from it. It seemed like Rocket had a play on that. Ajay manages to not only collect it, but calmly reset the disc again. A very good matchup to watch out for. Some switching by Airborne downfield on defense again, while Ajay promptly walks off. Sushil bursts upline. Vimal very close, just down his shoulder. So Nena chooses to not give that, instead gives it to Anna. The disc hangs and Anna just collects it with a beautiful layout. And wow, she's back on her feet again. And the disc is now very, very close to the sideline. Samatwa just coming back in. I think both the teams have really stepped up the action here in the second half. They're playing tighter. I mean, you have nothing else to save for, right? You're going to give every single inch that you have. And with that, Anna gave every single inch yet again. This time she was not able to get that. This time she decides to just take an injury sub. Looks like she is okay. I hope she'll be fine. She's just taking out to just take care of the impact. the substitute is just walking in, but Airborne has now been gifted with a second opportunity to break. It is definitely the wind, folks, because I think this Airborne team. I would in fact say that they have played a lot more in the wind, right? In Chennai in these conditions. I did see that in the previous point they were giving a lot more zip on their throws. It seems like they knew how to navigate the wind, but perhaps the one thing that this Airbenders offensive line is lacking a bit is that experience in the wind, so their discs are just hanging up. But let's see what Airborne can do on this opportunity.
For sure, lots of zippy passes. Another zippy pass from Vimal to Harsha for the inside break. Harsha looking for options. Recess to Shruti around. Shruti takes a tumble. Did not seem like a good fall. Shruti is down on the far sideline. Hope she's able to get some medical attention. Players giving it their all on either side. Anna with two massive bids earlier on. Shruti putting her body on the line on the other side, trying to secure the disc. Players are playing for it all here. This is it. This is as big as it gets at the national stage, and players doing their best. High intensity action right here from the finals.
Yeah, I think players, as you said, totally giving it their all, and why wouldn't they? As players ourselves, we also know this is, by the way, Rishi. I also played this tournament with me. I have Nandan, and Mrinalini is also helping us on and off with the commentary. Of course, she's very busy running here and there to get a lot of things in order for us. But yeah, players totally giving it their all. Usually at practices, we play folks that we know very well. It's players whose playing styles we know. Honestly, that's one of the reasons I look forward to tournaments, because yeah, when I'm playing with my club team, look, not everyone is a superstar, and when we play at this level, you have to use your strengths, try to see what you can do, and players who know you really well sometimes don't give you that opportunity, and they know what are your strengths, their weaknesses. Whereas in a tournament like this, I think it's a superb opportunity for players to showcase everything that they have and give it all, test it out, and that is why anybody would be looking forward to tournaments like these.
All right, I'm back. I've just been sitting on the sidelines because these two have been amazing at the commentary. I have a question for Coach Nandan here. We've been talking about how flawless Airbenders' offense is, but as an opponent, as an opposing team, what do you think would actually work to beat their offense? Is there some strategy that could be tried, tested? Because for the most part, we've been playing, I think, person D throughout. I think a couple of points of a simple zone, a couple of poaches, but is there actually anything that could break this offense? There has to be. There's no... Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. So do you have any thoughts? Have you given it some thought? Or Rishi too? Yeah. Thanks. I was going to ask.
Of course, right, there has to be a way to break it. We have to have proper athletic chops. Your basics, your fundamentals have to be solid in marking and defending downfield. In these cases, with some sort of a wind, I'd want to be pushing my opponent out. Try to get those far passes. The game is back on now, by the way. Airborne making good time and finding into the end zone, and that's a break for Airborne. Airborne just 2 away now. 11-9 to Benders.
Yeah, it looks like they have inched closer by at least one, and that is something that the 200 viewers who have now tuned into this stream will be excited about. Ajay coming down there with an attempt. Both teams playing really hard offense and defense, and the score is going neck and neck. Airbenders still is quite a few breaks up. But yeah, I think that the task really here is for the Airborne defensive line, their defensive setup. Let's see what Coach Box has in store for the Airbenders O-line. But yeah, it is finally a break for Airborne in this game.
I think this is the moment. I think this is the moment where Airborne's going to try and step it up. They have their lineup of Anusha, Vimal, Selvi, Eva, Rocket, Bala and Harshan. Huge pull. Aaron collects it, centers it to Anna, Anna to Riku, back to Anna, Anna looking up ahead, all fit and ready. Back to Riku, Riku back to Anna in the middle. Does not seem like they're stopping anytime soon. Finds Aaron, Aaron to Naina, Naina looking up ahead, finds Sushil, Sushil with the big OI. To Riku in the end zone, comes down with it in the end zone and it's a score.
Yeah, for a second I really thought Rocket had that. He poached off his player. He saw the separation that was there, that Riku had. So as Sushil was just winding up to throw that forehand, I think Rocket poached off, but he was just a few steps further. That throw was, I think, thrown to perfection by Sushil. The score is now 12-9. Airbenders at 12, Airborne at 9. I would say that actually what we saw was one of the most critical points, because any time when a break would be possible and go Airborne's way, the score comes between 1. So I would say it's also a psychological thing, right? If you're Airborne right now, instead of a 12-9, if you were looking at a 10-11, you would go down and tell your teammates that, guys, come on, we're just one behind. Just give them something. I think that's what they need to do. And they will get a few more chances to get that psychological edge, that mental edge. But Nandanya, in your experience as a coach, how do you think players approach such situations? How do they take it? How should they take it? What will be going on mentally, both with Airbenders and Airborne?
I think with Airborne, now all you're looking at, like you said, I think is to try and get a little closer, one step closer, do the basics right. They're on offense now. Of course, they want to switch on their offensive mindsets and make sure that they're holding their offense. Airbenders will want to continue whatever they're doing. I don't think they've been next to flawless this tournament, likewise in this game. Pull goes up on offense for Airborne now. We have Rocky coming down with the disc, centering it to Harsh. Harsh looking for the around reset, finds Vimal. Vimal back to Harsh. Quick weave, handler weave happening amidst a zone look. Harsh back to Vimal. Great quick movement. Choppy steps. Harsh back to Vimal. Collects it clean. Travel called.
There have been a few of these travels that have been called in the game, perhaps one or two more in this matchup. Between Talib and Vimal. I think it was the same type of travel that was called before as well. While travel is about having your pivot foot and not moving it, Talib saying that Vimal caught the disc and then changed his direction before slowing down. Anyway, accepted, plays back live.
And Vimal centers it around, back to Harsh. Harsh gives it back to Vimal. Vimal looking up ahead, probably inside to Harsh, and Harsh with a floaty reset to Rocky. Looks for Vimal. Vimal back to Rocky. Rocky to Vimal. Great. Given goes there, moving the disc up right in front of the end zone and finds Roshni at the edge of the end zone for the score. Scores 12-10, 1 point closer.
Yeah, a burst of right to left wind just picked up there, but Airborne unfazed by that wind, managing to punch that one in. We are now just about 17-18 minutes away from the cap. So this game is going to be won by whoever reaches 15 points first, or at the cap they complete that point and play till +1. It does seem to me that we have enough time to get a result. We have enough time to get a result for a team to make it to 15. The score is now 12-10 with Airbenders 12, Airborne 10. And I think it's going to come down to if Airborne can get a timely break to get that psychological advantage I was talking about. It's now at 12-10. They would want to see that go to 12-11. in case they can't and Airbenders hold, it's again going to be a deficit of 3. So it's about what you see on the scoreboard, what players are thinking, what they're feeling. This could be one of the last. Maybe they might get 1 or 2 opportunities more to get that break. But I think the Airbenders offensive line already taking advantage of the pull, gaining steps with momentum. Very happy to play with just one handler behind. So confident that the players will get free downfield. Nena now with the disc at 3/4 of the field, swings it all the way to Ajay. She sprints for Ajay to collect it back. He chooses to not give her first, but she turns back and comes anyway. Nena with the disc, some great confident handling and movement. Becca chooses to put that ahead to Anna.
Bala and Vimal back at the moment. Vimal with the disc. Vimal and Bala making work. Rocket comes back for the reset. Bala stays back. Bala, Vimal and Rocket at the moment weaving the disc through. Finds Selvi up ahead. Gains a bit of yardage. Resets back to Vimal. Vimal pointing up front, signaling for a pass into the end zone maybe. Finds Bala for the reset in the middle of the field. Bala puts it around to Rocket, the near sideline, back to Vimal in the center. Vimal to Bala. Airborne really patient with the disc here. Airborne looking. Bala looking for options. Bala with a dishy. Reset to Vimal. Vimal continues to Rocket. Rocket back to Vimal. Airbenders not making it easy for Airborne to just score. Vimal floats it up to Roshni. Roshni comes down with it right next to the end zone. Roshni looking for options. Roshni scanning. Roshni looking for Vimal. Roshni finds Vimal near the end zone. Still not in. Vimal at the edge of the end zone line. Finds Rocket in the beginning of the end zone. Call on field. Aaron and Rocket talking it out.
Airborne sideline just a little bit frustrated at their team for not swinging the disc. They're asking for the swing. I know, I mean, you've been there, right? As a player, it's very tempting. You're on the sideline. You see a small window. You can just take a pass, score, go for glory, punch that break in. But no, you just have to hold back a little bit, reset, and swing it around. So the Airborne sideline was just calling for that. But looks like it has been resolved. I should now be careful of what I say because I asked for it, I called it, and it happened. Now I can really say that this is the start of something different because until now it was looking a bit unrealistic because Airborne had to get 4 breaks to win this game, but right now it's down to half. So they just need their one break down. And they need to get 1 more to win this game. I think 12-11. This is what Airborne would have wanted. And now all of a sudden they're within touching distance.
Where do we go now? Airborne's going to have to bring it all. If I am Airborne at this point, I'm going to want to step it up. This is a great opportunity to come on level peggings, take it right down to the wire. And looks like that is what Airborne's going to do. Sticking with their familiar lineup. Shruti unable to come back into the game with an injury. But we have Anusha, Selvi and Roshni along with Bala, Harsha instead of Rocket, Harsh and Vimal on defense for Airborne. The pull goes up from Vimal. On offense is Aaron going underneath the disc. Beautiful pull into the back of the end zone. Aaron picks it up, centers it to Anna. Anna looking for options. Finds Nana in the middle of the field. The siblings going to work. Siblings scanning each other for options. Nana tried to pop on through and seems like a strip was called.
Yeah, an impressive read by Harsh. He has seen this offensive line belt it out. He knew what was coming. He attacked to try and make a play on it. He was just a second late. Great spirit by Harsh. Accepted the foul. Play came back live. And the Airbenders offensive line back to work. Nena looking for Anna to Samatwa. Who floats it to Nena, and Riku manages to catch it in the end zone. Airbenders throws are just floating a little bit because of the wind. I think this is one aspect where Airborne have the edge in this game. So the slight float that's taking the throws of Airbenders a little up or down. We saw that already. We saw that already in the last few points. This is a game of inches. We did see that in the previous point when there was a turnover near the Airbenders end zone, it was the wind pushing the disc down. On this occasion, the disc just floated a little bit much, and that gave Airborne an opportunity to get a D. While they did not get it this time, I think the chances are going to come. The chances are certainly going to come. The score is now 13-11 to Airbenders. Well, all Airbenders has to do is hold twice. So while we can't get too excited for a comeback, never say never.
Yeah, you can never really close the chapter, especially with such competitive teams. It is still anyone's game. Airborne, of course, will try to be clinical on their offense.
As pointed out in the comments, Sushil and Becca, two of the players who have joined them this time, very seamlessly set in, managed to give their O-line that edge, and they've been very successful so far. But now let's see what the defensive line of Airbenders can do.
Airborne with Vimal and Rocky at the back, moving the disc up with quick give and goes. Harsh also at the back. Vimal finds Harsh on the around for the reset. Inside break, nice floaty look into space. Harsh finds Vimal, moves the disc up. Nice inside continuation to Rocky. Rocky finds Harsh in the middle. Beautiful handler weave going on between the three of them. Harsh back to Rocky on the sideline. And good crashes upline, and Rocky back to Harsh. Harsh to Vimal on the far sideline for the score. 13-12 to Airbenders. What will Airborne do now? What will we see? Are we going to see something different? Airborne hydrating, getting ready for the point as lines are being called. Airbenders ready with their offensive line. The same line they've been working with all evening. They have Sushil, Nena, Aaron, Anna, Riku, Becca and Samatwa again.
Just thinking from Airborne's point of view now, what can give them the edge? One, of course, is their prowess with dealing with windy conditions and those throws that are required, which I think the Airbenders O-line is struggling with just a little bit. The other factor is perhaps just the sheer experience and maturity that all of these players from Airborne have. A lot of them have played tons of tournaments, international campaigns, Universe Point, they're championship winners. In the last few minutes of the final, it will probably be all about mindset. This Airbenders line still new experienced. Of course, they have played a few international campaigns, but I think that is something that Airborne will be looking to do. This time, the Airbenders offensive line looking in much better shape, have chosen to not float any upline throws. They're hitting their people. Sushil now with the disc to Anna. Samatwa asks for the disc, looking for options ahead. He gives and goes. There's no answer to his speed on the upline. Samatwa fakes a few throws, looking like he wants to make a quick move, but inside I'm sure he is extremely calm, waiting for the opportunity, collects it back again, very happy to lose yards and reset it to Sushil. Vimal just catching up to him, so Sushil decides to wait a bit, pause a bit till his defender catches up so that Vimal can't poach ahead. A nice move there by Sushil to kind of fall back and just wait outside in the handler zone. It will give the Airbenders players that space, and exactly what happened. I think probably a bit underappreciated, but a great move there by Sushil to just hang back outside, take the defensive threat away from the game, and this created that extra little bit of space that Airbenders needed to punch that point in. We are now very, very close to the final minutes of this game. Airbenders at 14, Airborne at 12. Of course, there's only still one break point of difference. Airborne will be going on 0. I think for all the viewers, for Airborne, for whoever wants a close and exciting game, all we hope for is a clean hold, and then we'll take it from there.
Just 1 point away from silverware. Airbenders will want to try and close things out right here, but would not be too disappointed if they will have to play another point. Timeout called. Airborne huddling together, having a chat about what it will take in this moment. Knowing Coach Boggs, he has his way of firing up his team. That's probably what he's doing right now, realigning the entire team towards what's up ahead for the next point and what's to come. Airbenders quite calm and loose in their timeout. Some sort of cheer going on. Sounds like the Addams Family theme song, if I'm to be honest. Okay, maybe not. It's getting louder now, and Airbenders pretty loose, pretty confident with where they are right now. Airbenders will look for their first national title. Both teams looking for their first national title. Airbenders just one step away as teams line up for the next point. Airbenders on defense up 14-12 on Airborne. On offense for Airborne we have Anusha, Vimal, Nisarga, Harsh, Rocket, Selvi, with Airbenders pull going up.
Airborne now going on offense. Vimal with the disc, passes to Rocket. Rocket giving it back to Vimal, clearing out of there. Harsh fills in. Right now the disc is moving from side to side between the handlers. Cutters trying to come into the mix, trying to get the play. Airbenders, meanwhile, have come out with some kind of a zony look. No, they're playing person, but just very smartly hanging back in the lane for a few extra seconds. Almost gave Pixie a chance to make that play, but looks like there's a quick stoppage. Of course, a very interesting matchup there. Talib on Vimal. Have been having a few disagreements, but have been communicating it, sorting it out, and moving on. I must stand corrected though. Earlier in this stream, and I believe even yesterday, I said on a few occasions that Airbenders were unbeaten this season. I stand corrected. I just learned that they in fact did, drop. Yeah, they did drop one game in the mixed regionals versus Flywild. So it was a game that I think almost went to Universe, and Flywild got that 14-13. That is something I stand corrected. But yesterday someone told me that Airbenders probably unbeaten this season, and you know what, I believed it because it seemed like it. Any team, yeah, it looks like it. Any team they have played, they have had a decisive kind of a victory over them. This is perhaps the closest anybody has got to Airbenders in this tournament. And let's see what Airborne can do coming out of that stoppage. Harsh immediately sends an inside throw, gains a ton of yards. Rocket taking some contact there while going up ahead. A foul was called. It seems like it was instantly accepted. Players just walking back to where they should have been. Looks like Pixie has just attacked the disc, trying to latch on to see if he can force some kind of error on the sideline there.
Nisarga recess to Harsh. Harsh looking for options, finds Vimal in the middle. Vimal to Selvi. Selvi back to Vimal on the upline. Vimal looking up ahead. Travel call. Vimal comes back. Vimal with the disc, looking for options again. Still looking, cuts coming through. Finds a nice inside break to Harsh.
Nisarga was poached there. I think Ghana just choosing to poach that, sit in the lane, stop the upfield passes. Of course, now she catches up, but some interesting display of strategy there by Airbenders to just break that airborne flow a little bit.
Airborne trying to be as patient as possible with the disc here. Vimal handling from the back, making sure they can punch this in. The call between Vimal and Talib. Been a few calls this evening between the two of them, each trying to explain their opinion, sideline perspective being asked.
What do the viewers think about these travel calls? Of course, Talib has made a few. Vimal each time has been instantly accepting it and moving on because he does not want that stoppage to affect the rhythm of his team. This time Vimal a bit too frustrated by the travel calls, but Talib sticking to his ground. But anyway, the game comes back live. But do let us know what you think about these travel calls.
Vimal with the inside break, finds Harsh. Harsh floats it up to Vimal in the end zone. Airborne scores 14-13. Last chance for a break here. Everything on the line. Everything we asked for in a final. Right here from Anandpur Sports Village at RDT.
A lot of the Airborne fans also picking it up in the comments. The viewers are at 2-2-2, 2-2-4 right now. So everyone knows that these are the last final moments. Anything can happen. While to say it, it's simple, right? I think if I'm Airbenders right now, I'll be saying, forget the score. You know what you need to do. One pass at a time. Just do what you've done all season and you can take the trophy home. But it's not that simple, is it? Airborne bringing their hardest D-line. They have verticals, they have speed, they have game sense, they have strategy. This is all it's going to come down to. I think there's also some momentum with Airborne at the moment. They're inching back closely while they've not got another break. It seems like they're really, really close to it. So, yeah.
Knocking on the door. Pull goes up. Airbenders back with their offensive line. Airborne looking to put a straight up match defense. Anna to Nena. The siblings making a good work of it at the backfield. Nena finds Anna in the middle. Ooh, that was a tough pass. Anna still secures it. Nena looking for Anna, finds Anna. Anna continues flows to Riku. Riku resets back to Nena. Nena to Samatva. Samatva able to come down with it. It's a nice inside break to Sushil. Sushil gets it on the break side. Sushil looking for options. Tough cuts coming through. Sushil to Nena in the middle.
Smart defense by Rocket there again, just looking to stay in the lane and stop the next pass. Now Nena with the disc. You can see that the Airbenders offensive line is playing a touch safer than they do usually. They're happy to pump fake the upline and just reset it around. On this occasion though, that was easier. The defender unable to catch up, unable to slow down in her momentum. Of course, it's been a long day, a lot tournament, unable to hold herself there. I think the tiredness is also catching up with some of the Airborne defenders because honestly they have really tough matchups to face. Folks with insane agility and stamina. Nena there passing to Riku, happily takes it back. The resets are tending to get a bit easier, I feel, Nandan. I feel like the relentless swinging has got that separation, and this time that was almost a D. That was almost a D. Riku catches it, keeps her eye on the disc, passes it to Samatwa. Samatwa looking for options, centers it to Sushil. Ajay streaking wide, asking for it. I thought it would go, it didn't. It came to Samatwa, and Samatwa launches it to the end zone. Airbenders has scored. They have won this game 15-13, and the shirts are off.
What a game! What a game! What a moment for Benders and Benders fans out there. What a team they've been. What a composition of players. What a mix of players. From old to young to new and experienced. Airbenders, your mixed national NCS champions. It's a score of 15-13. What a day.
In the last 104 minutes of action that this final was, I would say that Airbenders was probably up ahead for most of it, but in the last few moments, Airborne really giving us a flavor. In fact, that D, I think on any other day he could have got it. That throw was there, and then it could have been a totally different story. The game would have been at 14-all and gone to Universe, but that did not happen. So I think a very well-deserved victory for Airbenders. They're ecstatic. They have finally won the National Championship Series this time.
This has been nothing short of spectacular. Airbenders just enjoying the moment. As tough a loss as it comes for Airborne. Lots of emotions all around the field.
It has really been a treat for us to watch this final at Anandpur. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in, but don't go away yet. If you can stay, we would love for you to stay. The award ceremony, the prize distribution is going to continue on this same stream link. While we will be stepping off, we hope that you can continue to stay on to watch this. This is Rishi signing off with Nandan and Mrinani. It has been a great last 2 hours for us. Thanks to everybody who has come together. One last shout out to the sponsors, Agile and Enerzal, to our sports broadcasting partner, SportVot, to all the members of India Ultimate Operations Team, volunteers, taken a lot of hard work behind the scenes to bring this competition here to Anandpur, and it's been a great successful weekend for not just Airbenders but the entire community. So once again, thank you so much. This is Rishi signing off, and hope you continue to stay on for the award ceremony.
ASV for hosting us. Their team was incredible. Our broadcasting partner, well, actually our production team and streaming partner, SportVot, who helped run the entire streaming thing. It's their first time doing Ultimate, so as usual, Ultimate is very new to all streaming, all video camera people, because they like football, follow the ball, cricket, follow the ball. In Ultimate, you want to see what the game looks like, right? You need to see downfield action, you need to see strategy. So it took a while for them to get it, but I think by the end of, or by through today, they've gotten it. So thank you, SportVot and the production team. And I'd really like to thank our volunteer workforce, Deepak, who flew down from Delhi. He's sitting back there. He managed all of the broadcasting. In fact, the partnership with ASV is through Deepak Nayak. He came here about 3 months ago, did a recce, and he was convinced, so we were convinced, and then it was a lot of conversations. I think I grilled the ASV director, Mr. Sai, saying, you know, our community, we need to do this, we need to do that, but they just said, haha, everything will be okay, okay. I was like stressed until I landed up here on Wednesday or Thursday, but thank you, Deepak, for bringing this to us, and yeah. And taking care of all the production broadcasting. Like, I gave him the media head and he just saw it through, so thank you. Shrikesh, who has already left, Shrikesh from Puyal was our hospitality and awards, all of the logistics organizing, supported. Of course, Roshni is our star wherever she is. You know, she's there. She's of course head of competitions now from operations, and she managed everything single-handedly, but Shrikesh was the volunteer support that she had to see all of this through. I'll finish the volunteers and then go to my team. We had Rishi, and Rishi take care of commentators, graphics with the SportVot folks. Bring in all the commentators who helped. Thank you so much. Ghana, Sangi, Hari. I think a lot of people, when I was not here, stepped in and did commentary. Tick's open side team stepped in and supported whenever Tick's break side was playing. So all of you commentators, I'm sorry if I've not seen you out there, but thank you so much for stepping up and commentating. Of course, Johnny, who worked... Yeah! That was fun, that was fun. Surprise! I think they're just acknowledging our gratitude. We heard you. All right. So thank you, Johnny. Johnny is not here, but Johnny worked tirelessly behind the scenes on the hub. I think Punch helped, but all of you have seen our website or our player management profile or system. Where is he? He was here. He's just hiding. He was just telling me spirit scores and all that. Anyway, so thank you, Johnny. Punch also worked in the initial stages. The hub has been sort of life-changing for the ops team, because all we now need to do is go in there and check whether there's a green tick or a red mark, and I don't actually have to go through every accreditation or check that you've signed the waiver. From last year's Google form, we've moved to this system. So yeah, thank you for the tech team, and putting competitions out there. Such a good interface to see schedules and fill spirit, whatever. Everything is on the hub. We hope to move more of it onto the hub over the coming years. So thanks to the tech team that's working behind the scenes on this. And finally to my ops team, Roshni, like I said, is handles competitions and plays for Airborne, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I've been there, so she had to do it this time while I was chilling in Shillong, working with our Meghalaya Ultimate program. The last week to competition, last 2 weeks to this event, I was there for a week, and she single-handedly took care of managing and putting together everything, working with Deepak, working with Johnny, working with the competitions committee on scheduling. I think I missed my gratitude to them. Working with Shrikesh. So thanks, Roshni. Great job. I just stepped in the last minute to help here. And of course, Nitya, who was also with, well, I was with him technically in Meghalaya because he's on ops, he takes care of dev projects. Nitya, you're such a favorite, huh? Yeah, so Nitya and I were both in Meghalaya, and we flew back and just made it in time for nationals because new venue, we all wanted to experience it despite not being able to play. Well, not being able to play and not choosing not to play. Yeah, without both of them, Roshni behind the scenes before the event, right up to the night before the event, and then Nitya through the entire event, holding point on food, accommodation things, all on-ground logistics. It was just amazing. So I have a great ops team, so thank you. I'll stop with all the gratitude. I think that's about it. We'll move into the awards bit. I forgot. I'd like to call Mr. Ramkumar Nityanand Boone to give away Spirit Awards for us. Mangana. Wait, நான் உங்களை வரேன் நீங்க. Third place Spirit goes to Tix Breakside. அது வரும். Please. அவர் first place வந்துருவாரு. There's some eagerness I can feel just emanating from one section of the audience. First place spirit goes to stall 7. I'd like to call upon Pundari. Sorry, you are going to... Akshay Abraham from Lucknow. Founder and head of Project Kale, one of our development partners in Lucknow. To distribute the next round of prizes. Third place at Nationals this year goes to Fly Wild from Chennai. everyone leaves very quickly, very quickly. I've been trying this all weekend. So if everyone would turn and help me take a group photo. The camera person is going up. I'm walking. Just. Madam is getting so nicely. Wait, he will tell us. I'm not.